In the city of Toronto, business must go on despite needed sewer restoration. When the lining company was chosen to reline 4,000 feet of 18-inch sewer along a 1-mile stretch of Danforth Avenue, the job had to be done without any disruption to landlords, restaurateurs, businesses, or commercial offices. The project spanned over 1 mile between Broadview and Donlands and included 103 restaurants, 4 major medical centers, and 18 apartment buildings. In order for these businesses to continue operating smoothly, individual sewer services had to be maintained by bypassing the service connections and the main sewer while the relining took place. This is why the lining company was chosen for the job, not only because they were able to utilize their innovative relining techniques, but because the nature of the job also demanded a team with the expertise to fulfill the complex operation of keeping businesses open during the sewer relining. It was an expansive undertaking that consisted of 242 bypasses of the service connection and 12 inversions over a total of 25 manholes. All 400 laterals were dye tested so that no laterals out of service were reopened and so that all active services were bypassed. The operation took place with the full cooperation from the 2 business improvement associations operating in the area, the City of Toronto Contract Compliance Section, Toronto Police and Transport Department, as well as the general public.
My name is David Cunningham. I'm the Vice Chairperson of the Danforth by the Valley Business Improvement Area. Pleased with the work that was done by the lining company. They had the unenviable task of coming to do the sewer reconstruction work on Danforth Avenue, which affected in our business improvement area approximately 125 businesses. Given the bulk of work that they had to do, they were extremely efficient as far as bagging the meters, taking the meter bags off at night after they finished their work. They removed all equipment from the site and took it to a separate storage area so that it wasn't blocking side streets or Danforth Avenue. Generally, the disruption was minimal. We didn't have any complaints, particularly from any of the businesses in the area. The work seemed to be done quite efficiently. The bypasses were not a problem, and they were out here ahead of schedule, which was certainly appreciated by the business group.
President of Applied Belts Inc. We're the lining supplier to the lining company, and we've been supplying them for about 18 months now. We are a company originally based in England. We have 60 contractors who we supply on 5 continents, and we've been involved in the industry since 1975 at the inception of cured-in-place lining. We were very pleased to work with the lining company on the Danforth project, which had some peculiar specification requirements, and I'm glad we were able jointly to fulfill them all. We are very interested in dealing with companies like the lining company who operate in enforced specification areas, because it's where our company can excel through its ISO 9002 qualifications.
I'm Ian Doherty. I'm with Trenches Design Engineering. We were hired by the mining company to work with them on the City of Toronto Danforth project. The City of Toronto Danforth project was one of those projects that you really remember for being a really satisfying project. Our involvement came on two parts of the project. First of all, we provided the ASTM 1216 design for the liners on the job. The second part of the project, which is most unusual, is this project had a requirement to keep all the buildings' sewer services in flow during the lining. Usually these services are allowed to back up for an 8 or 10 hour period. In this case, there was a requirement to keep all the buildings and restaurants in service the whole time.
The City of Toronto has a tough compliance policy ensuring that each inversion is tested by the city in an independent test laboratory.
Hi, my name is Tony Arajo. I'm the laboratory manager for Trident Technical Services. We were contracted by the City of Toronto Works Department to do the inspection and testing of the CIPP lining material on the Danforth contract. We would receive raw samples from the city the following morning after the material had been cast in place. And what you'll end up with after you've done the test is a specimen that's bent like this. The flexural strength of the material is a measure of how strong the material is in bending, basically how much force it takes to bend the material. The flexural modulus of the material is a measure of the stiffness of the material. How much force does it take to deflect it a certain amount when you initially start to bend the material. The contract, or the Danforth contract, basically found that the materials that were tested for the lining company were either well within specification, generally speaking 1.2 to 2 times higher than the specified requirements under ASTM F1216.
discussion with Randy Smith, contract supervisor for the City of Toronto City Work Services, led to the following comments regarding factors such as budget and timeline.
My role was to review the tender submissions to ensure they were satisfactory, and then the overall project supervision with a view to ensuring the contract was done according to the specifications with minimal disruption to the business communities down on the Danforth, the traveling public, and while doing all that, make sure it all goes down safely. I'm pleased to say that the mining company was able to complete the work in 63 days out of 100 allowed. Project started March the 10th and finished on June the 5th, well ahead of schedule. I'm pleased to say there was not a single complaint from the business community nor the traveling public, and also pleased to say that we got great cooperation from both the business improvement associations on the Danforth. It was a pleasure working with them.
The lining company, using its Team Liner product, was able to handle the toughest job for one of the most demanding customers in North America. Third-party testing was carried out on all engineering parameters. The City of Toronto required a minimum of 250,000 psi. The lining company delivered twice that modulus of elasticity. The lining company met the challenge once again. Hundreds of restaurants and businesses were bypassed without spilling a drop. The lining company specializes in tough lining jobs in manhole-to-manhole lining using premium quality CIPP products. If you have a tough relining job, we're looking forward to hearing from you.